Kill first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
What do you get when a bunch of artists find old books and get drunk on their fantasies for adventure and boxed wine?
The Killustrators.
A Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Last time on the Killustrators.
There's lots of people walking around. Is there, like, a thing?
The International Council Summit is happening.
Now you guys know that a thing is happening. Soon.
Art is definitely gonna, I guess, spend some time filling out some papers. I got some reporting to do.
Art's gonna tattle on the space cat.
Art, while you're out and about, in a few different areas, you spot the same dude. The first time you see him, you don't think anything of it. It's just like, there's a dude in a cloak. It's not the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he catches your eye, and the next time you see him, you, like, remember that you saw him.
Yeah.
So this time, you have your eye on him a little bit more. I'm gonna head back to this guild hall for the time being. I don't know what you guys are doing, and blah, blah, blah. So as you guys are stepping out of the shop, as she's saying these things, and as you guys step out of the shop, you can hear multiple explosions go off in the city.
Of course you can.
Ah,
Yeah. Despite the chaos that comes with an explosion, the air seems eerily still for a moment. It's as if the aftershocks of the blasts echo and bounce around in your heart, yet all is silent for a moment as you and those around you stop to process the events. Your ears are ringing and you seem to have trouble focusing your gaze on any one thing. Despite it feeling as though an eternity passed after the thunderous clap of the explosions shattered the normalcy of the day, it is only but a moment later that you hear the clamoring of people fleeing from the epicenters of destruction that snap you back to yourselves. And now, looking around, you see large plumes of smoke rising up from several spots around the city. This is what disoriented you so badly. It was not one large explosion, but many going off simultaneously, surrounding you on all sides with a violent eruption of sound. Most clearly in your line of sight, still a fair distance away, but certainly visible, is the train station. Where it once stood, polished and ornate, now lies a flaming pile of rubble, and from it citizens flee. Corrine, who's still with you, her gaze darts around, she looks towards the guild hall, then back to you, and says, We need to see if everyone's okay. We need to see what's happening. I'll try to get to the guild hall, see if we can get some help. Can you see what's going on and meet there?
Okay. Art just nods, and he's immediately going to run towards the train station to see if everyone got out.
Sure.
Since
All right.
we can see it, and it does not appear to be a building anymore.
Corrine is visibly shaken, trails off and doesn't finish what she was trying to get across, and turns and sprints off in the direction of the guild hall.
question. Is she a quick person like
Yes.
Libra? Okay.
Well, I mean, she's not as fast as Libra, but
that's like
she is
a species thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She has the capacity to be faster than you all on foot. Yeah. Sick. All right, so you guys are headed down towards the train station.
Yes.
Yes.
I keep an eye out for people who look injured.
Okay. Yes. So you guys are rushing there as quickly as you can, and on the way looking for anybody that's injured, and checking out the damage that's been done to the building. Unsurprisingly, the closer you get to the site of the explosions is where you find people with more and more grave injuries. The building you find is, it's pretty much all destroyed. Like, further away from the edge of the tracks, it's more intact, but closer to the tracks, it's completely destroyed. Like, it's all crumbled and on fire. Yeah, there are multiple people in this area that are gravely injured that you can see. Like, people with burns and large gashes across them. Some with visibly broken limbs.
Okay,
I'm also going to assume there are dead.
Yes, but most of them that you can assume that there's a whole lot more dead than you can see, probably buried under things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do a search check? I just want to look for, because like I'm a tiny thing.
Money?
No, I want to look for people, like living beings.
Yeah, you can search. Yeah.
And
No.
Where are you searching?
For anyone.
Where are you searching?
Rubble, probably.
Yeah, I guess in the rubble.
All right. One
Especially
quick
'cause
thing
I'm, like,
though.
Tiny.
Like a lot of the rubble is on fire, like
Right.
straight on fire.
Fair
so
enough.
it may be dangerous to just go rooting around.
Fair enough.
I come up alongside Brix, and I cast Create Water, which creates 2 gallons per level, so I guess 6
You're going
gallons.
to drown Brix.
No,
on the
he's
rubble.
gonna drown the train station.
Directly on Brix's face.
I just cast it in the air, so the water just comes crashing down on the fire.
All right. Well, you do successfully extinguish a whole lot of the fire.
I begin going around to people who are injured and casting Cure Light Wounds or Cure Moderate Wounds, depending on how bad they are.
How minor or
And
moderate they are.
I would just need you to tell me how many people I can manage to get to.
There's quite a few people that you can do that. So if you're doing that as much as possible, you would probably exhaust your
I only
your
have
spells per day as far as those go.
I only have 3 charges on Light Wounds and 1 charge on Moderate.
Yeah, so you would have definitely found someone in desperate need of that of moderate.
Of all 4 of those? Okay, so I
Yeah.
exhaust all of it then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well. Oh
I guess,
boy.
yeah, Art's going to be like trying to remove people out of the rubble that we've extinguished, and I guess
I'm gonna just roll some. Ooh. All right, never mind. So I just rolled a strength check for you, and you got a nat 20.
Nice.
So you,
my boy, coming through.
The adrenaline rushing within you right now enables you to effortlessly pull people out of the rubble.
Perfect.
What a good boy.
Unsurprisingly, they're all horribly injured, and most, if not all, the people that you drag out are all seriously burned.
Yes. And I'm going to, I guess, less probably in like a casting a spell kind of way, and more just in like
addressing
an internal, like this is what I want to do. Can I message Kareen? Is she close enough?
She's...
If, like, Guildhall to...
you mean,
station.
like, with your...
With message.
With your... Yeah. Yeah, you can send her... Yeah, she's close enough for that.
Okay. Because I would just say, like, as a thought to her, would be, like, we need healers at the train station.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, there needs to be healers at the train station. Regardless of, like, I don't know if any are available, but if someone...
has, like,
medical
medical
in the
supplies or something.
knows,
yeah.
like, at least... That can be sent.
Healers, and if anyone has like mundane medical supplies, like straight
and
up
potions and
yeah,
things.
like fucking everything.
I do have mundane medical supplies, so once people are out, I will begin using those.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously can't.
She can't respond.
Reply.
No.
So
no, that was a one-way message.
Yeah.
So we don't know if help's on the way, but help knows that they could be on the way. If there's help available.
So is it safe for Brix to do like a quick
Yeah, you can search now that the fire's extinguished thanks to Knack's water.
Yeah, alright, so sorry, I gotta get my
It's damp though. It's
fine.
damp and warm. No,
Ugh.
thank you.
While she's getting ready to do that, is there an area where it was clear the explosion originated from?
The area that Knack extinguished, that's where the majority of the rubble is all piled up and was on fire.
Yeah.
You can assume that that was the epicenter of the blast because it's where most of the things collapsed.
Okay.
Most of the structure collapsed.
If I were to cast detect magic, I would obviously detect the magic that he just used, but would I get everything that kind of happened in that area, or would I just get him because his was the most recent?
You would get any magic that happened recently. It would be like faint, but you would see his the most prominently.
Okay. So I
But
want
you'd
to know.
still be able to see magical effects, assuming there are any.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to remove it. I want to know if these explosions were magical or mechanical.
And similar to the way that you used it when you were headed towards Tremoria, if you were to look around, assuming that we're using detect magic, like night vision goggles sort of thing, you would be able to see a faint glow if there was any magic like that.
Okay.
In, like, highlighting the city kind of thing.
Okay. Well, once Brix is done doing what she's doing, I'm going to cast detect magic.
I rolled a 20. Not a nat 20, but a 20 total.
To search for people?
Yeah.
Through searching around, both by looking, feeling around, smelling, and I said both, but like all encompassing, just using all of your senses to try and find anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You do find some people. Art has pulled out most of the people who are in there. There's 3 or 4 people in there that you can sort of hear / smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I
buried
guess,
under there.
Yeah, I'll just like to everyone that's like bigger than Brix.
Let me know.
Yeah, she's just like,
there's people in the pile over there, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
cool.
try and get them out, but I'll likely give Knack
At
the
this
rest of the
point,
bandages and stuff, so that you can maybe take care of the people.
There
I'm
are
just gonna
also
assume
some
that they
more
don't exist
people
anymore.
who are helping you out at this point.
Good.
Mhm.
Carrying
Good.
rubble away and pulling people out.
Mhm.
So this whole like excavation process is going pretty smoothly, all things considered. The train station, it wasn't a huge, very thick structure, so there wasn't a whole lot of rubble that fell on them. It was mostly just a big canopy for the trains.
So it was more actually the explosion.
It was more the explosion than anything else that hurt anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So it goes pretty quickly, and you get the remaining people out. There are more people than you detected, but that is because you only detected the people that were still alive.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So.
right.
Fair enough.
I'm doing detect magic. What do I see?
You see his magic. You see Knack's magic, and that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
Which is a faint blue glow in the area where the water fell.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, before this shit happened, we saw a strange person in a hood.
Yeah,
Art saw
yesterday.
strange
Yesterday, I
person.
saw a shady guy walking around town.
Okay, so we don't know that.
I did tell you. I did. I'm pretty sure. I told whoever was with me at the time.
Mm-hmm. You brought it up when you got back to the guild hall and
Yeah.
talked to Kareen and Scarlet.
Yeah. So, and it was after that Scarlet was like, "You guys should probably go."
That sounds bad. You guys should peace out.
Yeah. So everyone does know that there's a shady person
Mhm.
around, and that we obviously have reason to believe that it would be the same person that did this, but we have no actual proof
Mhm.
or evidence other than Art getting a real bad feeling about that guy.
A bad feeling, yes.
Or about that person.
I'm just trying to find some leads.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think Jeph has cleverly designed it, so we have none.
Ooh. So, as far as helping and rescuing people at the train station in particular, you guys are more or less done. People have arrived to help.
Cool. From the guild or just like...
Just from around. You're not sure if they were sent by Kareen or just came of their own volition, but there are people there.
Fair enough.
And they're doing whatever they can. Some people just literally just have bandages and and that's it.
Yeah.
But there are people there that are giving a hand to the people who are injured and trying to tend to things as best they can and move rubble just in case there's anybody else still in there that they haven't found. But again, there's multiple spots around the city that are raising up smoke, so I'm not sure if you guys want to go right back or what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Should we perhaps gather information to see if any suspicious people were running around?
Yeah. If we didn't see anyone suspicious...
Gather info how?
Using the gather information.
No, but I mean, like, what are you doing? Are you... God damn it! Are you going around to those spots, or are you just asking people in your immediate vicinity? Or, like, doing something else?
People who were here when the attack happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I would... I can do that.
Okay.
I think Knack would be a bad choice.
Art is a very good choice. I got 22.
A 22 to gather information?
Yeah.
So you're asking people who were injured. Presumably they would have been in the area when the attack happened.
Right.
And everybody that you ask says that they didn't see anybody doing anything
Okay.
suspicious. There wasn't anybody that caught their eye, and there wasn't anything or anything that indicated that something was about to happen.
So
Something just exploded.
So it was mechanical, so it must have been some kind of remote blast.
Could have been rune magic. I don't know.
It could have been.
It could have been something, or it
But if it was rune magic,
could have been just like something on a long fuse too.
I was gonna say, if it was rune magic, wouldn't it have shown up under detect magic?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have. I always viewed those as like machines. I don't know why.
They're like riding the line between machinery and magic. You would have been able to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
But it does function like machinery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that clarifies that.
I mean, I feel like actual remote detonation, we don't have the technology for. We don't have
No, you
wireless
don't. No.
capabilities. So
Okay, well then that immediately makes me concerned because why did all that shit explode at the same time then?
well, then were there not wires connecting them that maybe potentially we could find?
Yeah, is it possible for us to maybe search the rubble and look for pieces of the device and things like that?
Or not? It
Or
doesn't
not
even necessarily have to be at the rubble. In the surrounding area
Yeah.
between locations,
true.
that we could maybe find a path.
Don't you have trap sense / abilities where you can?
Wouldn't
find-
trap sense just work on an active trap?
I'm not sure. I'm
In
not sure if you
theory,
can-
I think it could work on an activated trap.
That's probably up to you.
locate
But
the,
that's
the
likely up
remnants.
to.
I feel like it would work on something that's still mostly whole.
Mhm.
If it's blown up, you can't really
Right, yeah.
tell if it was a trap or not.
I send. Honey has track. I
Yeah.
send Honey into the rubble and request that he seek any evidence of something that could have caused an
Or
explosion.
yeah, if he can like track where the explosion came from? Question mark.
Yeah.
Because something had to travel down something to get here. If we do not have wireless technology and there was no way.
I send him to the center of where the fires were coming from, and I just tell him to look for remnants of anything suspicious.
Okay. So he goes up, and pretty quickly he comes back, because the rubble's, like, pretty displaced at this point, so it's pretty easy to get back down to the ground.
Damn, Honey track good.
Yeah. He comes back up, and he's... Which you personally can understand him to mean that he smells gunpowder.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's the most that he can communicate to you.
I shrug and look at the group and say, well, it was a bomb.
Well, alright.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think at this point it's safe to assume the guild has sent teams to all the explosives, or not just the guild, but whatever general government exists in this city.
In this, yeah.
People
have been
would have shown
sent
up
out
to help at the various locations
as best they can.
as best they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable.
Should we go to the guild and maybe regroup and, like, talk to higher-ups for a plan of attack, or should we just do a thing?
I mean, we've never conversed with anyone before. This
Never
is true.
once.
But I also don't feel like we're getting anywhere from being at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah. No.
We have no leads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except for there was a bomb.
There was
Yeah.
a bomb, obviously.
And you can't really tell, like...
There was gunpowder involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it was an explosive device, and you know somehow they were all rigged to go off at the same time.
Yeah.
But you're not sure how. Really, the only clues that you can guess at were all burned.
Well, and not only that, but Art saw somebody that was suspicious, but it could have been a fucking pickpocket for all we know.
Yeah.
Like...
Guys.
What?
This is a mining town.
Everywhere's gunpowder.
Everywhere's fucking gunpowder.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that someone who works in the mines is behind all this. possibly someone who's higher up and maybe not happy about the mines getting poked at by foreigners and shit.
Well, I mean, this is
doesn't
like
play this
the
anymore.
bigger city. It's got like little mining communities around it. But you are right. This would be where you would find a whole lot of gunpowder for blasting mines and shit.
Yeah.
So
It makes sense
that was a
that
good
it'd be,
deduction.
the weapon of choice, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to track.
But not only that, but like, if gunpowder's fairly common in this area, like whoever brought this to the locations has to be comfortable handling gunpowder. You wouldn't ask someone who's never used it to just like carry this canister of gunpowder, and they would do it, you know, fully knowing that their hands are going to get blasted off or whatever.
You're right.
So
the only issue is that in a town surrounded by mining towns, the people that would probably know how to use it would not be insignificant.
Yeah, but that
Maybe a
at
large
least
number of people.
that I feel.
Oh, it definitely.
Like, it cuts the number down slightly from everyone to just only the people that work in mining.
You're
you know?
true.
I mean,
It's true.
only the people who work in mining and aren't injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And maybe even injured a little bit because people are really fucking dumb.
Hey man, what happened to your fingers? That I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Can we line up everyone who injured their arms or hands in any way and just be like, "Did you do this?" Just grilling everyone.
That's horrible.
That's horrifying.
Poke at their wounds a little bit. Tell me the truth.
I vote we go back to the guild. I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you want to determine this, but I would say at this point, Oswald's pretty hyper-focused.
Mhm.
He's looking for anything that seems out of place to him.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
You can't see a whole... I mean, there's a whole lot that's out of place. But,
yeah, but when but it's always one of those things when things are chaotic and somebody seems genuinely comfortable with the chaos.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't see anybody who is comfortable. Everyone you can see is distressed as fuck.
But I also mean on the way back to the guild.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you guys are headed right back up to the guild? Not...
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's... Well, I mean...
Is there anything more we can do here?
Not that I can
Are there
think of.
any... Are there any
Unless you
trees nearby?
God damn it, Kellan.
Can you talk to them and ask them what they saw?
Yes.
Oh, well, really?
Holy fuck, why aren't you talking to the corpses? Can you not do that?
No.
Fuck! Okay.
In this area, no. Right next to the train station, no, there's no trees. It's mostly all rocky. You guys are in the mountains. Yeah.
I mean, if there are any, I would say, like, explosion sites en route back to the guild hall, we would likely stop and...
There is actually two on the way back to the guild hall.
Okay.
It's a straight line up through from the train station up to the guild hall, and on the way you pass by two of the blast sites, and
Are they as catastrophic as the one that we were just at?
they're pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say...
They're all bad.
Art would like...
Listen,
they're
there's no
all
such thing as a
bad.
good explosion.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, like,
It's
are
none
they
of them is
smaller
just
ones? You know?
none of them are small enough to just blow out a window or something.
Right.
They all took down the building that they intended to take down.
Okay.
Is there anything of...
That you see.
So,
Is there a significance behind the buildings that are being taken
literally
down?
what I was asking, yeah.
Like, because train station, important, you know,
Mhm.
People can't
vein to other places
Yeah.
where
Yes.
people go hither and yon, but what else exploded?
Well, I actually just rolled a spot check for y'all.
Mhm.
And yes, you do notice that there's significance to these places. The two places that you guys see on your way back are both post offices.
Okay, so someone's trying to isolate
So this dude's
everyone.
a fucking Unabomber.
And Art notices that these are both places that he saw the person in the ashy gray cloak
Okay.
the other day.
I'm sure
Hooray!
if we return to the guild, we can get we can pool all of our information.
Yeah. So someone's trying to cut off the town from outside help.
So this might seem kind of extreme, but do you think there's a possibility this is like... Do you think it's a possibility that this is the pre-attack in the sense
definitely.
that somebody's
this
going to
isn't-
try to sack the town?
This isn't the end of whatever this is.
No.
I feel like this is connected to what happened in the mines the night before, with us fighting the zombie space tiger or whatever.
Yeah, probably, but how?
Well, in the sense that So weird shit's been going on in the mines.
Yeah.
And this is, like, not uncommon knowledge. Clearly people know about it, but they're sort of not caring. We come along and make a big stink about it, and then there's explosions. So I feel like either someone is trying to keep the word from, like, getting to the grander scheme, like the bigger areas.
Yeah.
Or someone's causing it, and they want to keep it here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna trampoline off what you just said.
Yeah.
And metagame a little bit. If it's so, we fought what could be considered some kind of cosmic being / horror
/ undead.
And if I know anything about cosmic horror, there's always cults.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's
always
a cult.
cults. Yeah.
So, and then when we got to that little fucking town, a ton of people were super resistant to anybody talking about that shit was weird.
Yeah.
And we literally had to do a B&E into the mine to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm wondering if...
I love murder cults.
Murder cults are pretty good.
Wait, does Art actually say that?
No.
Like under his breath?
No.
I love murder cults.
No,
It's
that's purely Nick.
Oh,
Art hates
no.
murder
Art
cults.
would never say that.
Yeah.
Art would never say
That would be
Hell
fucking
yeah.
hilarious
So-
if Art had like a dark streak where he's
No,
just like, I fucking
he's
love
just
that
really
shit.
into true crime.
Yeah.
No,
Hell
he's
yeah.
not.
All
He's
my
not.
favorite scrolls are true crime scrolls, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure if you heard kind of Kellan that was smelling what I was putting down.
Okay.
I should have picked a better
Yeah, you
term.
really
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have, but you didn't. Here
but I
we
didn't.
are.
You could have said picking up when I'm putting
That's
down.
what I meant to say. I can't remember.
What you were going for was smelling what you're stepping in.
That's it. See, I mixed
Still
them up.
gross.
Oh, yeah,
Still
it's bad.
implies that
It's
I'm on
bad.
my hands and knees smelling shit. I don't like this.
No, he's making floor cupcakes and, you know,
Oh my
that's
God.
how you eat them.
Anyway,
My point is, what Kellan picked up after I put it down, how many of people in that town, if not all of them, do you think were in on that shit that we went through? So, I don't know. I'm not saying we know for sure. I'm just saying I'm suspicious at this point.
all right. So you guys are headed back to the guild hall, and as you return to the guild hall, you can immediately notice a timid crowd forming around the guild hall grounds.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm. Murmurs can be heard passing around amongst the people looking out upon the building. And you can see quite clearly a few spots on the grounds where the grass is charred black and thick smoke dances up to the sky. No.
So,
Wait, so is the guild hall exploded or no?
No,
Just
just
random
the
spots?
areas around. Just random small little spots around the guild hall in that big yard that they have around the building itself.
I don't like
And
That doesn't seem like it was planned. Maybe there was a fight.
you guys can notice that these little black charred spots are littered by what looks to be discarded weapons and torn clothing.
Oh.
There was a fight.
And Saul fucked him up.
Yeah, someone came in and just said, no
someone
fight.
Thanos them away.
Maybe it's over.
Um,
Maybe they got vaporized.
Okay, who has the highest? What are your spots?
Spot's ridiculous.
Mine's not.
Your spot is ridiculous, Brax.
7.
Brax.
My spot is 1.
7. And what is?
Oh,
Brix's?
sorry, my search is ridiculous. My spot's 7.
Oh, it's still pretty fucking ridiculous
Yeah.
Compared to
comparatively.
my hot and nasty 1.
So you and you alone notice that on the grounds, sprinkled all around, there's a faint orange sparkle. So faint, you're not sure how you notice it. Every now and again, the blades of the grass like glimmer with a little orange sparkle, like it's glitter.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It's just something you noticed.
I hate
Okay,
this.
I guess Brix just sort of points at a few spots and she's just like,
There's a sparkle on the grass. You guys see this?
and she's like brushing her paw over it.
Oh goodness.
Art's just gonna nod.
Okay.
I just
What?
wanted to say I also had a 7.
You also
just-
had a
yeah.
7, like as a roll?
No, just as.
Well, no, 'cause
just
we didn't-
plus
Oh,
7.
okay. So you noticed the same thing.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
understand.
you notice that there is a faint orange sparkle to the grass, to the ground around the building.
Yeah.
So soon after you guys walk up and notice that, a figure appears on the second floor balcony of the building. He is a half-elf, appearing to be well into his adulthood. His face and what you can see of his arms are covered in swirly markings, and he is garbed in a long, ashy gray cloak.
Oh, I hate it.
Yep.
Oh, I hate it.
He has his arm wrapped tightly around the neck of someone wearing a dark blue robe, whose face you cannot clearly see. Their hands are up on the half-elf's arm, poised to try and wriggle free, yet they remain still and walk with their captor. So,
Suspicious.
this guy walks up to the edge of the balcony with someone under his arm, like in a headlock.
Like he's about to give him a noogie.
This guy is jacked, by the way.
The guy in the gray robe?
Yeah, he's fucking ripped.
He ain't no nerdy cultist.
No.
Okay.
Oswalt draws his machete.
Oh,
he's up on the second floor and quite a ways away.
That's fine. Get
All
ready,
right.
baby boy.
Cool. So he walks up, clears his throat, and yells out to the crowd, and he says, "Pathetic! You're all pathetic! All of you are pathetic, sniveling rodents, diseased rats who require cleansing. Where's your guild to protect you now?" He grabs his hostage by the hair and, looks at him right in the eyes, face to face. "Tell me, where are your saviors? Where are the heroes? Don't worry, I'll be your salvation." He turns his gaze back out towards the crowd and says, "You've all been trained so well. What good lapdogs you are. When the world is on fire and Armageddon besets you, do you not go to your town guard? Not into the safe embrace of your families, husbands, wives, children, not even to yourselves? No! You flock to the guild, like the mindless cattle they've groomed you to be, and you believe in it! Long since having served its purpose, the guild now stands as a disgusting monument to society's refusal to let go of the past. The guild is nothing but a farm to feed the maggots. Since you're all so obedient, I imagine you'd have no qualms meeting my demands, yes." He raises his free arm, palm to the sky, which then bursts into a bright orange flame. "Let me tell you, curs, the guild doesn't want to meet my demands. They are just fine using you as fodder, but no matter. I'll burn the life out of every one of you and take what I need. Unless you're wise enough to give me what I demand, what I deserved, what was denied to me by the bastards in charge of this putrid place. It should be easy enough. 5 million gold, and 3 horse and carriages leaving the city in different directions, with a guarantee of not being followed. Should you fall short on either of these demands, not only will I incinerate everyone in this building, but rest assured I will destroy the rest of you as well. If you comply, I will release the people inside. Though, I make no guarantee as to their survival. That depends on their own strength. Regardless of the turnout, I will destroy this wretched building. I will take down this oppressive veil you've all come to love so blindly."
Get him, Knack!
Yeah.
I'm looking. I've been looking for spells.
I'm gonna shoot him with an arrow.
Yeah, Oswald's calmly walking towards the entrance to the guild
But
hall.
seriously, Knack, you got a crazy jump. Just jump up there and punch him in the mouth.
It's too far for you to jump.
Wait,
The
is he
guild
up
hall.
on a balcony?
Yeah, he's up on the balcony, and there's quite a bit of lawn. So shall we say
Between us?
Damn it.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a door behind him that leads back into the guild?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You could head in there. I'm
Hang on
I'm
one
gonna
second.
shoot
I'm
him,
going to
though.
show you just the map of the area, if
Okay.
I can ever fucking get to my goddamn.
I'm gonna continue shooting it.
Oh,
I didn't. I didn't do it.
No.
I fucking broke my bow.
Your
No, I
bow
rolled a 1.
explodes.
I rolled a 1.
It
I
backfires
fucked up.
like
Nah,
a gun
Nah,
in
we're
your
good.
face.
We're good. Art is back to not being
Okay,
able
this
to
is
do
what
fucking anything.
this is what I'm
It
gonna
was
say you
such a
do.
bad roll that nothing
You are shaking. Your hands are shaking, and you reach back to grab an arrow out of your quiver. But in doing so, you accidentally knock the quiver off your back, and all the arrows fall all over the ground.
No, that sounds about right. I'm gonna pick those up.
Yeah. Oh gee. Oh god.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. Oh god.
Oh
just
jeez.
Let me grab these.
Save us,
This
Saul.
map-
Save us.
So there's a whole lot of distance between where you guys are standing and the balcony. It's way too much for you to be able to jump. If you tried to jump, you would just end up landing on the ground. Yeah.
Without making too many motions to show that I'm casting a spell, I kind of begin casting a spell incognito. I warp the wood on the door behind him so that it's impossible for him to walk back through.
Okay.
I just like the woods just and basically turns into a Zelda door and locks him out.
All right.
Going back in.
He hasn't noticed quite yet.
It's probably for the best.
Knack warps the wood, and so this guy cannot walk through the doorway at the moment because it's warped as fuck. What was everybody doing? You dropped your quiver.
I dropped my bow.
Art dropped the quiver.
Art, as per usual, is doing great today.
Doing what? I can't believe you rolled a 1.
I can't believe
the first attack roll with a 1.
The first attack, like as soon as I go to attack with these dice, they're just like, no.
No. They know the character they're working with. It's fine.
They're just working with us at this point.
All right, so you said that you were going to start walking up towards the door?
Yeah, I'm trying to get roughly within 30 feet of him.
Okay, well, as you go to approach the building, Kareen stops you.
Yeah.
It says, wait, no, it's not safe! I mean, for one, you charge in the front door, he's bound to notice and all those people... She trails off and her gaze drifts down to the ground and she just looks incredibly distressed for a second.
All right.
What happened? Tell me what happened. What can she do?
I don't know. I got here and everything, and I'm sure you've seen the spots all around the guild grounds. This guy is prepared.
Kareen, I say as I'm putting my arrows back in my quiver.
Yeah.
Is there any other way inside the guild hall?
There might be one way. I'm not 100% sure.
We'll take it.
Okay.
There's no like climbing through sewers and stuff, is there? No poopy trails?
Not as far as I'm aware.
All right.
We may be able to do something. It can't be a big operation, so we have to be sneaky. We have to keep this as small as possible. But are you
sneaky
saying
is Art's
want...
middle name?
It's like,
clang.
I'm not covered in armor anymore.
It's fine.
No, I just mean that's the sound of you dropping all your weapons.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, my move silently is not the best, but I just went to check that it wasn't the worst either. So, yeah, we'll do it. We need to get in. We need to stop it.
Okay, so you're willing to help, yeah?
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So she stops for a moment, and she gestures for you to follow. And as she goes to turn around, she stops and tries to reach out towards someone who tries to charge up to the guild door. As they do so, they don't get 2 steps onto the guild grounds before the grass or the ground beneath them explodes into a fireball.
Okay.
Charred and thrown into the air, but still visibly alive, they fall to the side, sparking another explosion.
Okay.
After the flames die down, all that remains of this person is a charred and blackened husk, lying motionless on the now destroyed grass.
So that's what all those little spots were.
Can I...
Yeah, those...
I know who this guy is, don't I? Or do I recognize him at all by his clothing? No?
No.
But I recognize this spell that he's just used.
No, you noticed that there was a spell there.
Okay.
You didn't recognize immediately what the spell was, but you noticed that there was something there.
Kellan, I feel like you know what the spell is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like...
It's similar to another spell, but it's not exactly the same.
Are alarm bells going off in my head right now? Do I have to roll for alarm bells that I might know what's happening?
Sure,
Or no?
you can.
Okay, anyway.
The chances of you knowing exactly what it is are slim, but you might know what is similar to it. There are other spells like it that do similar things.
True. Are there any walls of the building near me?
No,
Like,
not really.
We're
like
in like a courtyard area, right?
Well, we're like outside
yes,
of the courtyard.
you're out
almost.
on the road, and then there's the big courtyard. It's like a gigantic lawn of the
Right.
guild. It's essentially like if the grass were an ocean, the
Yeah.
guild hall is like an island in the middle of that ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like surrounded by a moat that apparently we cannot pass because we'll turn into fire.
Mm-hmm. And it's too far for you to jump up to the balcony or to the door.
I don't want to jump to the balcony.
And if you tried to jump at all, you'd explode.
I would explode.
If
Well,
you landed on the ground,
it literally
probably.
just exploded.
The
A
chances
guy.
are not good. You just watched a man step onto the ground, not get 2 steps in, and blow up.
Oh, my bad. I thought that there was some sort of grass entanglement.
Oh, no.
No.
He
It
literally stepped onto the grass and exploded.
Okay.
There are landmines or
Yes.
something similar to
Yeah,
them.
it's
Uh-huh.
magic landmines in the sparkly grass.
I'm not talking about jumping up to any balconies,
Okay.
but can I jump like horizontally enough to touch the wall of the building?
Not quite. You can get close, but not quite. You'd still be, I want to say, 15 feet away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with your jump.
With my jump.
Yeah.
What if I cast jump
If you cast jump,
in addition to my already crazy jump?
I mean, you could
It-
probably make it.
I mean, it
Do
sounds
you
a whole
want to
lot
do
like
that?
you're splitting the party if you make it. Because we can't follow you. There's no way. We've seen me jump, and that was over a reasonable amount of
You
distance.
jumped over a 5-foot gap.
And I
and
didn't make
fell.
it.
Yeah.
This is true.
I have 2 ideas. I can fog cloud the dude, or sleet storm him, or mist him, so he can't see what's happening on the yard.
Okay.
And then we try to proceed ahead. Or I cast jump and spider climb, and then just jump at the building and climb up to the roof.
Oh,
But that's
God.
me leaving the party.
It is you leaving the party.
Well, we also have the option
And
to do the
approaching a man who has a hostage and is a level you don't know.
Can we throw honey at him?
Who also currently has a flaming arm and
If
has blown up buildings and has set up landmines.
I don't think I can throw honey further than I can jump.
Fair enough.
Maybe we should do the thing that Kareen suggested.
Get in the building?
Like
Well,
the sneaky way?
The sneaky way,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, let's do the sneaky thing.
Is this
Fuck yeah,
is this a
motherfucker.
tiny
What?
thing that only Brix can get in, or is it big enough for like Knack and stuff?
You don't know that yet.
Fuck,
I just
guess.
wanted
She'll
to struggle
explain
with the
it
door for like
once
what
Nick's
the
back.
fuck? What the hell? I can't get back in.
Let me in! Let me in!
Stop it! What the fuck?
What if he kills that hostage when he finds out the door's fucked? I'm taking this out on you, Jerry.
Just incinerates him on the spot. It's possible.
Don't give Jeph ideas.
Oh, I had already thought about that.
We
Okay.
continue talking to Kareen about the secret entrance, I guess.
Alright, so she gestures for you to follow again and start
And we do.
running off towards the northeast of the city.
Alright, let's go.
Go.
Following her, you find yourself back up at the wall where you'd covered a shift for a guard, the northeasternmost wall farthest from the guild hall.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We did that here? I thought we did that back in Youngstrom. Anyway,
Yeah, that's what I
continue.
No. You did that up in Kingspeak.
I have no recollection of the sequence of events that we've done.
So you...
We were on a train and now we're here. That's what I've got.
That's all that's important.
Yeah.
And then you did the
was
shift
a Mind
cover
Beast.
here. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the Mind Beast. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. While you guys are approaching the building that is the wall, Kareen's, you've all heard of the Great War of Castell, yeah? Well, all that time ago is when these walls were built. This is where Castell turned the tides and finally established borders. Now, in my adventures, I heard of and read about a secret tunnel system. Cooperating with the guild, the Castellan military created a path to connect to the guild, for getting supplies and reinforcements to the front lines without the enemy seeing it coming. While explaining this to you, Kareen is leading you down to the basement of the wall's inner structure. Now, it's a bit of a long shot since I'm pretty sure it's been sealed off for, 300 some odd years? But, well, right now we don't have a whole lot of options without getting people killed.
Yep, I would agree.
You're now in the basement, surrounded by roughly dug out stone, lit only by a few torches. Kareen stops and looks around. Now, if I'm not mistaken, she puts her ear close to the walls as she begins tapping a stone with one of her rings that she's wearing, until she suddenly stops and shouts, "Aha!" She then fishes a small stone from one of the pouches on her belt, touches it to the stone wall, closing her eyes. There's a sharp ringing sound for a moment, and then the stone before her crumbles and reveals an old, worn-out door. And there we go. So, this is the path to the tunnel system.
All right.
If you have any questions or concerns.
I mean, a whole lot of concerns, but there really isn't a lot of time for that.
That's true.
I have a question.
For me,
No,
or from Brix?
From Brix to Kareen. So
Okay.
Brix is just like, ooh, and she does her little hobby thing.
Yeah.
And
She's just like, do you have a map?
Well,
That's no.
any maps that we would have had of this old place would have been in the guild hall. So, no, unfortunately. But I would love to give you one. So, okay. As far as the plan goes, we need to get people in there to make sure the hostages are safe and get them clear. And then, once we get the all clear, we can deal with the spell on the grounds and then rush the guy, knowing you won't be able to hurt anybody in the building.
Okay.
She hands somebody, she holds out a small blue stone wrapped in gold-colored wire.
Yoink.
Whoever... Alright, Brix has it now.
Well, this is going to be a Brix-heavy mission, because out of all of us, who are the quietest and quickest...
And smartest.
And sure. And
in a manner of speaking.
Smartest, yeah.
And physically strongest.
And
largest.
And most handsome.
Yeah.
And bravest.
And least covered in fur.
Yeah.
So...
I have all these trophies that I may or may not have actually earned.
You are the solid snake of this.
Yeah.
Brix.
Brix.
Otacon.
Oh no. Okay, what's the stone?
Okay.
And I will
So she says...
see if the cat can keep it.
This is a whisper gem. Now, that one's the transmitter, and then she pulls on a matching one fashioned into a necklace that is draped around her neck. And this one's the receiver. I can hear you through that, but you can't hear me. Yes, yes, that is exactly how it works. Right. You can use this to send word to me when it's all clear, or if, God's forbid, something goes wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds...
And, yeah, maybe I should have said the whole plan up top. But, well, I thought you'd do the recon part, and I would gather up all the people who are capable outside of the guild hall, because, I mean, no offense, but y'all don't seem exactly equipped to grab the hearts of a crowd.
I mean, I have... That's fine.
Cool. So you said there's a door?
Yeah, there's a door, like, right by Kareen. She just crumbled stone that was sealing off the door.
Okay.
In this old-ass, like, well over 300-year-old tunnel.
Yeah.
A drop in the bucket as far as time goes.
That was surprisingly...
That was really profound.
Yeah.
What?
What does profound mean?
You're profound. Don't talk about my mom.
Oh no.
Oswald's gonna go to open the door.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna
I'm horny
trap
for
check
murder.
anything or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we should do that.
And
We'll look at our rogue.
I'm too busy looking at this cool stone and whispering things into it. Just secrets, and Kareen's just like, I can hear
Yes,
these.
yes, I got it.
Your mom? What? That's
What?
horrible.
Stop talking about my mom.
You were talking about your mom.
Stop talking about my mom.
Okay.
Yeah. Art
Yeah,
nudges her in the way that you would
like with
nudge
a
a cat.
little-
Like little come on. Get in there.
And she just Brix does the like just slightly move over just out of reach. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll do trap finding. I just need to roll
On this door?
Well, no, like we open the door and then.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so as you guys are opening the door and stepping through, she's like, all you have to do is be careful and get everyone to a safe spot, even if it's just hidden inside the building. But all together.
Okay.
Now, we're a little ways away from the guild hall where we are now, so you'll have to walk for a little while, but, I mean, you couldn't risk the guy spotting us, right? So, it's just in case. And, okay, so, since this tunnel was built in wartime, it may have defensive measures.
Yeah.
You know, in case enemy forces found it somehow, I'd give you a map, but like I said, any maps that we would have are all in the guild hall, or any of the ones I know about anyway.
Oh.
So, please be careful and good luck. I'll be waiting for your signal. Don't worry, we're gonna get this guy.
Why are all the dungeons we're doing built by the guild?
That's a good question.
Keep your spidey senses on.
Yeah.
You're
Brix is gonna have to fucking carry this one.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
trap
man.
finding.
I don't know, Kellan. Maybe there's a reason.
Shut up, bitch!
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe we're the evil people all along. Oh,
Oh,
no,
fuck.
Art would be so sad. Art would be so sad.
I'm sorry I said bitch that one time.
Did you?
Yeah, I called you a bitch.
Oh.
Just now.
I didn't even
Oh.
register it. I like literally at all.
So with trap finding, it's like a D20 plus because like
It's your search.
Oh, it's my.
Yeah, that you apply to finding traps.
And
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah.
Oh, trap sense actually just gives you a reflex save to dodge traps that you activate.
Oh no, I'm thinking of trap finding.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's applied to your search.
Yeah.
So regardless, what you're saying is Brix goes first. Because if
Brix is the tank now.
Because if she gets hit by a trap, she can dodge it.
Yeah, she gets bonuses to her evasion and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you activate a trap, you get a bonus to escaping it, and you also don't take half damage for dodging.
Nice.
You dodge completely.
I love the idea of her setting off a trap.
And just bouncing around.
Well, it's just being bars
It's
come
the
up,
9
and then,
lives.
and then she just walks through the bars because she's
Yeah.
tiny.
This is literally like throwing a cat into it, like bouncing around and dodging shit.
Big axe from the side of the wall.
It's literally like the trap sense is literally like how fast you could spring, like when
And you're a
trap
cat,
goes
so
off.
you're pretty dang fast.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Rogues and only rogues.
And yeah, unfortunately, search is only limited to a 5-foot space at a time.
Thick.
So we kind of just gotta do spot checks a lot. I think all of us are gonna have to work together.
Yeah.
Just all of us working together sounds fake, but
Just
okay.
constant spot checks.
More or less.
Yeah.
More or less.
Can we so we're not just continuously rolling, assume that everyone is like on their on their
edge.
guard
Yeah.
and keeping their eyes open.
Yeah.
We can take 20. It just means that in
I was
world, it
just
takes all
gonna
the time.
roll 1d20 and add your bonuses accordingly.
Perfect. Okay.
And just,
Okay.
like, figure
As
it
we
out.
go along. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
And
Alright.
whoever sees whatever is
Yeah.
Let's get into this shit.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Aw.
Okay.
The only thing is like, I don't know, I'm nervous about putting Brix in the front just because she's very squishy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but you're dexterous as fuck.
Yeah.
You can dodge everything.
You have the best chance to dodge.
Yeah, and
Do you
have uncanny dodge yet?
I don't know. Can we dodge? No, because it starts at 4th level. I'm only in level 3.
Damn it!
I know.
I want to be level 4. God damn it!
Yeah, all my cool shit
sorry.
starts then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when.
Sorry.
That's when
And we got a
happens.
+1 to one of our
Motherfucker.
stats, and we get an extra feat, I think.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah.
What do you mean? You guys have reached level 3 in like no time.
Yeah.
How am I
Pretty
supposed
quick.
to be Lord of the Undead at
How am
level
I supposed
3?
to ball
I
control?
thought that's what I thought you were gonna. How am I supposed to ball out of control if I can't be level 4?
Okay, so Brix is gonna gear up, takes a sturdy bowl out of one of her bags, and places it on her head.
Of course she does.
Oh. Oh, that's outstanding. Please give yourself a +1 AC bonus.
Yay!
You have a helmet now.
I have a trusty helmet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Which one?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me look what I have. I have.
Ceramic bowl might be best.
You have a ceramic, a clay, and a
I
wooden
have
bowl.
2 ceramic bowls and 1 clay bowl.
I thought you had a wood
No,
bowl.
you have a wooden bowl.
Oh, do
Why
I?
the hell would you have 2 ceramic
Yeah,
bowls?
no, I think
I don't know.
I think you have a ceramic, a wood, and a clay.
Yeah, you definitely do. The
'Cause
wooden
the
one was the
first
one you
one-
stole from Greg.
Yeah, the first one
Right.
was a wooden bowl.
That's right. Oh,
That was
there
the
it is.
start
Wait,
of
but
your-
it says
Oh,
here
no.
I have 2 ceramic bowls.
I
Did
think-
you steal 2 ceramic
I think
bowls?
she might have stolen 2 ceramic bowls.
Son of a bitch!
So you have a wood, 2 ceramic, and
And
a...
a clay.
I can't believe you stole
So
2
take
ceramic
one of
bowls
those
from
ceramic
Drake.
bowls
Yeah.
and put it on your head.
Yep. 1
Nice.
ceramic bowl on the head. Good to go.
I still gotta
Where
bake
do I
that
put, like-
clay bowl for you. I was going
Is
to do
it-
that when I gave it to you, but then
Is
I
it like
forgot
a
to.
raw clay bowl or?
It's just raw clay right
Oh.
now. I was gonna like sneak into the kitchen in the bar
And
that we
bake
were
it?
at and put it in the oven.
Miss
Okay.
modifier +1. There we go.
So yeah, you have only stolen
That's
3 bowls,
really
and then you were
silly.
gifted a bowl. There
Yeah.
you go. That makes sense.
Alright, so, you guys enter the tunnel.
Spot
It is
check.
pitch black.
Check. Check.
Okay,
searching.
fine. You're spot checking. You don't see shit.
Cool.
You can't see.
I'm the only one who doesn't have the dark or low light vision.
Yeah, I think
Turn
I
on your
only
flash.
have low light vision. I don't think I have dark vision.
I
Do have
thought
dark
I thought
vision?
everybody had dark vision except for Oswalt.
Elves definitely have low light. I don't
I
know
think
about
I
that.
think I have low light. I
You
don't
have
think I
low light.
dark.
So
I
you have
think
nothing.
you
I have-
you have 60-foot low light and 30-foot dark.
Scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do something for you. I reach into my bag and I pull out an ever-burning torch, which is just a torch with a crystal on the end that's
Then-
constantly glowing like daylight,
Yep.
and I hand it to you.
Alright, I hold
Huh.
All right. Okay. So
You can just keep it.
it no longer matters that it's pitch black.
it. Yay! We solved the problem.
Actually, I had a
Solved
note
your
in
dark
here.
trouble.
Yeah.
It said the tunnel is pitch black. However, for everyone but Oswalt, this isn't a problem.
I love it.
Oh, poor boy.
There are old torches along the walls, long since ruined by mold and moss.
Useless.
Mm-hmm. Some of the mounts for these have rusted and fallen off the walls.
Gross.
Gross. Yeah.
Said walls are not decorative in the least, as is to be expected for a wartime passage. The stones that make up the walls are rough. Smooth enough so as to not hurt one's hand when running along it, but rough enough to be uncomfortable. The ground below you is well worn and flat, and the air around you is thick and warm.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to another episode of the Killustrators. As usual, we appreciate your time. Music has been provided by Incompetech.com and Kevin MacLeod. We'll have a new episode for you in 2 weeks' time, and this one will show up on YouTube on Friday. Check us out on social media if you're into role-playing based shenanigans and art. We're on Twitter at Killustrators, and we also have a Discord full of the most lovely people in the world. I wonder if you can hear the dumpster collecting garbage in the background. I don't know. I'm not recording this again. Heyo. Speaking of high quality professional podcasting, review us on iTunes if you feel like we deserve it, and share us with friends. We're relying on word of mouth and good reviews to get the show to as many people as possible. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to spinning you some more yarns. as the crew is kind of stepped out of the frying pan and into the oven. All right, see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.